Hi, and welcome to the September monthly energy forecast. And yeah, I have on this music in the background. I guess it's not playing anymore. Oh, wait, here it goes again. I gotta change out this like stock music, but it is heralding Halloween is coming, right? I'm already celebrating, already in August. I'm already getting ready. Yeah, so it's kind of like ending of retrograde right now and a little bit back to a little live streaming. Today, I got ready to record the forecast for September 1st, and yet I'm here hearing, no, you have to go live for some reason on this, forecast. So I said, I really miss going live. I miss talking to people. I miss seeing people. So please interact with me. Don't stay quiet. Say hi. Give me some of your questions. And I'm going to go into the forecast and I'm going to talk about why we're at a different date this month because September, we're changing things around. We've been at the 15th every month for years. And for some reason, the 15th just seems now that it has to change to the first of the month. It just seems like it's the right time to make the change. So now you're going to be seeing your forecast coming the first of every month, minus 1 or 2 days on either end, in case, there is a holiday or I'm away or something. But you can expect it around that time. So if you don't see it a few days before, a few days after, you can email me, but otherwise don't fret because it's coming. Okay. Uh Live and learn for. Love it. Live and learn for. Love that handle. It's always I'm so glad to see you too. I don't know why I'm live today. Not sure why. It just that's how I live my life. The universe just calls and I listen, right? So let's get ready for a good September energy forecast. And if you're sitting here live, the whole purpose is to say hi, number one. So live and learn for you're practicing what you preach. You're living and learning, you're saying hi, and you're setting up the stage for the energy for this forecast. Because even though I have it pre-written out, there's still a little bit more to do. There's still channeled stuff that happens, right? And that's the beauty of live. I can't go back and re-edit it. Well, I can, but what's the point? Right. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up the forecast that I've written. Just give me a second here. Here it is. I think I'm going to open it up in a new browser. That way I could kind of see it better. And where are you watching in from today? I'd love to hear. And yeah, so if you're, whoa, whoa, what's going on here? That's not good. The music is going on and I don't know where it's coming from. Hold on one second. All right. Hopefully that music is off now. See, this is going live. This is from doing the lounge for so many years and not using the live streaming software in quite a while. I've been pre-recording all the energy forecasts. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, hey, this lady's new, I haven't seen her. Well, you're just going to have to deal, right? Because this is not going to be one of those quick fix videos where you're just going to be like, all right, we're going to get the topic and let's go. Key takeaway 1, 2, 3. No, if you're here, sit down, take a breather, relax, get some water, get some tea, because this is going to be a long one, right? You want to cut out, that's fine. But if you're looking for some of that quick editing stuff, not happening here, because this is real stuff we're talking about in the September energy forecast. So yeah, so I'm intuitive, transformational coach, somatic practitioner. I'm adding that to my roster because I don't ever talk about that. But yes, I do somatic healing, nervous system regulation, intuitive development, and intuitive channeling. Put that all wrap in a bow, and every month you have a forecast. So here we go. Let me pull up the comments. Oh, Michelle. Oh, Michelle. I have to say, I miss you so, so, so much, Michelle. Michelle was one of our founding members in our 12-month transformational breakthrough program. And oh my God, love Michelle. She graduated with honors, and I just love seeing her. So, Michelle, thanks for showing up. And if you do have any questions about today's forecast, I'd love for you to point them in. Because for me, I have everything channeled and written out, but there's always room for improv. You know me. There's always room to channel some improv that we're not figuring out. Yes, summer. I'm already starting to think about the fall because summer into fall transition, not good energy for me. So let's get into it. If you like the new audio, right, we have a little cloud lifter. So if the audio seems a little bit better, we have this microphone plus a little audio. So that's a little enhancement coming up. So let me just get right to it. And like I said, since we're live on Facebook and on YouTube right now, anything that I say in the forecast that you might say, hey, I need a little more clarification on that. Or if you're watching on the replay, you can ask too. I can always comment. But while you're here, take advantage of it. If there's anything I say in the forecast that makes sense to you, you resonate with it, or you have a clarification question about it, I'll answer it. All right. All right. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi. All right. So I already talked about my decision to move the forecast to the first of the month. And we're going to do more monthly in-depth theme. Okay. Usually we go to the theme of the month of the previous month and then going into the next month. But now it's a more in-depth monthly theme for that month and tips. And instead of every single day, we're focusing more on the runs of the dates and the key highlights. And so I want to know, are you liking this change? Comment below. Let me know if you like this change, that you're going to be getting the forecast on the first of the month rather than the 15th. Okay. So let's go over into the theme of September, which is shedding your skin. Yes, this is a true shedding of your skin, up leveling to the next life. Okay, this is not just a new chapter. This is not a new book. This is a whole new library if you're ready to step into that. All right. So, this, I know you're thinking, oh, January, you have that feeling. It's a New Year's resolution, the new year. We're not celebrating New Year's in January this year. We're celebrating it in September because this is going to be your true New Year's resolution. This is the energy. We're coming out of the Mercury retrograde. This is going to be the true New Year's resolution because December going into January, that's going to be like a really great time as far as celebrating, but it's not going to be a time that you're going to be putting your high intention goals into action and achieving them. This is the time from now, especially from the 15th on into October up until mid-November. If you want to crush your goals, if you're looking to up level your life, if you're looking to really make some big changes in your relationships, having reciprocal and balanced relationships in your life, whole new career alignment, home alignment, and also just your whole self-worth and self-esteem alignment, knowing that you deserve more, you deserve to step in a bigger life. This is the time to take action on that. Okay. It's not going to be January. So remember I said that. So what's interesting about going into this energy, okay, this is the time going out of August into September. This is a whole new energy coming in. So it's time to tie up all your energetic loose ends right now. So let's say you have a package of trainings with the old trainer from last year and you joined a gym and you have to finish out those 2 or 3 trainings, right? Finish them before September hits. If you have a subscription or if you have something where you have a few things left that you have to use, but they still kind of go on for another 6 months, don't let the energy move in through September with the old things that you were moving toward in September in 2023, especially the last 5 months. Okay. So wrapping up things, canceling things, any energy that you started 5 months ago, it's time to wrap up. And some of these things, here's the deal. There's an emotional tie. There's an emotional connection from your current energy, your cycles, feeling guilty about leaving things, all that stuff. But there's a lot of practical things and a lot of energy that there's like things just kind of hanging around. And if you want to really move forward in September and October, like I'm telling you about, you need to make some room. So this is all about right now, especially this week, moving into next week, wrapping it up. Like I said, some of these things you're not going to want to let go of because you're like, well, I might need that next year. I might need that. I might need the subscription. I might need that. And it's like, play out the tape. Are you really going to need it? Some of these things you're not going to be happy to let go, but then you will be happy when the new things come in. So there's a whole new energy coming in, one that's going to support you for years to come. So you must tie up any energy you've had that's part of 2023, specifically the last, well, 2023. What am I talking about? It's 2024. Specifically, just forget it. Okay. See, that's where the retrograde's coming in because it's 2024. Yeah. So the last 5 months and part of 2023. Okay. But just remember, I'm saying the last 5 months. Okay. So you have energy left over, and I channel these things. So I'm not sure why it's saying 2023, but I channel them. So maybe they told me 2023, but you may have energy left over all the way back from 2021. But the energy I'm asking you to tie up only connects to the year. Okay. Okay. They were being specific here, to the year 2024 and early 2023. Whatever. There were some major shifts happening in 2023 leading into 2024, and ones that forced you to make some decisions. Okay. And weather a lot of emotional turbulence. This is specifically in the past 3 to 4 months. Okay. Weathering the emotional turbulence you've had to go through. So energy was moving up and out. And now you're going to have to cross all your I's and dot your T's because brand new energy is approaching in September. And you literally, literally have to make room for it. Don't call me up, put up a comment, and say, there's just so much going on. Okay, everybody has so much going on. We all have so much going on. And sometimes we play the whack-a-mole game where we have all this stuff going on and we get rid of it. We move away from it. It's toxic, blah, blah, blah. And then we find ourselves in some more stuff that's going on, right? So that's mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, we tend to refill the tank with more stuff that doesn't matter. And that's making you more scattered and completely losing your stuff mentally, right? So let me check in the chat and see what's going on here. Oh, hi. Hi, Maria. Great to see you. Awesome. Good. And Rachel, how are you? Rachel is one of our lovely, I'll bring up Rachel for a minute here. Wait, I'm going to get confused where I'm at. So before I bring you up, Rachel, before I say hello to Maria, we're just going to talk about literally making room, right? So I'm not talking about just mental space and room, but that is really important. That's why I'm telling you to tie up the energy and tie up the loose ends, cut the cords. This isn't with people, though. I know you're thinking it's with people. This is with things that are in your energy field, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, on your credit card, all the things. Make room. And in your physical environment, declutter, right? This is not organizing, putting everything into a bag and stuffing it in the closet. This is making room. You make room physically in your life, then you're going to actually bring stuff in. It actually really, really relates, helps you ascend. But those things that clutter our life, whether that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, those things that clutter our life actually are protections. So if we've experienced trauma in the past, emotional upheaval, different things in our past that were painful, we tend to acquire more clutter in our mental space because that's safe. Even though we're like, oh my God, I have so much going on. Oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh my God, there's so much clutter. Oh my God, there's so many people that are bothering me. That's the thing. We are taking that on and we have to take control of that right now because literally, you have the opportunity to up level so much in September and October. This is like a rocket ship month. So if you want to move in a new direction with your life, even if you feel like you don't deserve it, okay, because a lot of us that do have trauma in the past, and that's what I do, and that's who I work with in my 12-month program, are high achievers, high functioning women that work so much yet have no time to take care of themselves. So I say to them, let's do it for the next generation. Let's do it for the people you care about. Let's do it for the people you love. And I'm like, okay, we can say, if we're not ready to say we deserve to up level, we deserve more love, we deserve more abundance, we can say at least our parents, our children, our loved ones, our spouses, our friends, we can do it so they can have more joy, right? So we can do it for others. We're strong. We could do it for others. But then once we do this work, we're then doing it for ourselves. So the first steps for the first steps in doing this work is making room and creating space, multidimensional levels, 5 of them: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, psychic, right? And they go in that order. We also don't try to clear up relationships first. We start with dream home, dream career, and alignment. And then the dream relationships always work out on their own. A lot of people start in reverse. And if you're trying to heal, and especially if you're stuck in old systems and patterns, it's not going to work if you do it from that way up. So here we go. You're saying, Marisa, why are you telling me so much about getting rid of things and tying up loose ends and old energy? Because it may not seem like it relates, but it completely relates to you ascending and moving forward. So you literally have to make room for it. And if you have no room for it and old energy is still hanging on, you will most likely be conflicted on who and what to listen to or pay attention to in 2025. So if you remain with this energy and you're not leveling up, you're going to still be like, should I do this or that? Should I stay with this person or leave? Should I start my business or stay in a dead end job? Should I move or should I stay? Should I leave the country or blah 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 blah? Should I buy this house or stay in my apartment? If you don't do what I'm telling you to do within the window of opportunity, that will keep you stuck and keep you in a situation where you are confused moving into 2025. We don't want confusion. This is your literal new year. So if you take anything away from this specific broadcast, everything you need to do, get it done now. Last week of August, because nothing else new is happening anyway. Okay, so that's important. The focus in September is on self-care. The energy won't be there, like I said, in late December to make any resolutions that are going to stick. So the sticking point is now. And whatever you make room for, whether that be physical, mental, or emotional, greatness will be started in September. So if you've already taken that step, and I know Rachel just has, so I'm very proud of Rachel because I talked to Rachel earlier. November and beyond doesn't hold the best energy for commitment. So if you're like, I'm going to commit to these things in a few months or in November or December, January, that new year energy is kind of stagnant when it comes to moving forward on goals. So September is not only a month of goals, but also a month of self-care and commitment to having the systems in place to elevate you to the next level. So if in September you plan to crush your goals, you're going to need a good wellness plan in place or a team around you or a coach to help you elevate. And this is not an intellectual matter. You need to be in tip-top shape mentally, physically, and emotionally for this to occur. Okay, so I'm going to talk about myself. I've been doing this work for 25 years. I've been coaching, consulting people, doing groups, live events, all that stuff. And I have probably a bigger team than you can imagine. So whenever I'm going through these plateaus, I'm systematizing, I'm planning for the next level up in consciousness, which brings me different things in my life externally and internally. Internally is even more important. Most people don't think about the internal, but that's where the peace and the contentment comes in that you're looking for on the outside. So whenever I'm really going to scale that mountain and I'm in the valley, I get my team together. So that's my personal development team and that's my business team, right? So the every level that I go up in my life, I need a bigger team. And then when I'm plateauing, I say, okay, team, take a rest. Okay. But I need a team. You need a team. If you try to intellectualize your healing or get more knowledge and say, oh, well, I was diagnosed with anxiety or depression, or I have this label, right? Okay. That's great that you figured out why you have abandonment issues. I have all these things, by the way, so I could talk about it like this. It doesn't make any difference that you have these labels, but what are you going to do about it? How do you change it? Right? Because those labels, I have this thing when people say my anxiety, my chronic thing, my this, right? You're taking it in to your energy. You're making it a part of yourself, your friend, your attachment, right? Those are just man-made labels. Yes, am I feeling heightened emotion? Am I feeling scattered? Yes, that connects to how like anxiety feels. Or am I feeling a lowered feeling or sad? That, but it's not just because we have that label and we understand, oh, I have this abandonment issue because of this in my childhood. Understanding and having knowledge does not help you to stop replaying out patterns, right? You have to do the somatic work, number one, the nervous system work, number two, to ground and balance, to rewire the brain to get out the trauma out of the body, not the mind. So once you understand it, it's not going to shift anything. You're still going to be attracted to the same patterns and replaying out the same things over and over again. So that's why I created what I created. And I'm not doing the same work I did anymore for 25 years because one session of me telling somebody really great intuitive information, I got to take a thing of water for this. I'm passionate about it because it didn't help me either. I did that for a long time too, right? So it didn't help me either. So what do we have to do? We have to speak to the body at the level of the body, not the mind. So people are like, I just want to figure out why I'm doing this. I just want to figure out why I'm playing out this pattern. You know why, but it doesn't stop, right? So stepping into the somatic healing, stepping into the nervous system work, and stepping into the self-trust and self-worth work by understanding how your intuition works are the main things that are going to plug in the socket. That's going to up level you hands down. And that's why I do what I do for people on a long-term basis, because it takes a while to release these layers. You spent 30, 40, 50, 60 years like this, right? It's not going to happen with a Reiki session, with a sound healing session, with an affirmation, or with you like having something coming down to the sky and having that instant gratification of it being taken away. Does not work like that. You will continue to go into your pattern. So now that I'm done with that, let me know if you resonate. So back to September and why. I mean, this is all related. This is why we're doing this, because I'm saying this is not an intellectual matter. So you need to be in tip-top shape and get your team together. Okay. Doing this on your own isn't leading you anywhere, even if you think you can, and you probably can, but it might take you 10 or 20 years, right? So most of the time, we look at the pie charts of our lives and we only really focus on one at a time, whether that be our work, our relationships, or working out, right? We kind of hyper focus. For the month of September, the elevation only can occur if you reach out for help and build your team, whether that be a weekly coaching session, you decide on a therapist or a spiritual advisor, a mentor, a support group, delegation, an assistant, getting someone to clean your house, an organizer to come in, a babysitter to give you some time to yourself. Whatever that is, your investment will pay off dividends in a lot of areas. Most people think in reverse, okay? They think when I have the time, money, or energy, especially money, I will invest in more help and more self-care. But this is the last time you're going to really need it. You need it now when you have none of these things and when you need a bit of support to up level. So when you invest in yourself, not the other way in reverse. It's people like, well, when I have the perfect window of opportunity where nothing's going on. Well, if you're in a pattern of a stuck nervous system, that's not going to happen. And if you're like, well, I don't have the money right now, it's because the nervous system capacity isn't there to reach out and have that abundance of finances, right? So it's like when I had those times in my life where things weren't up leveling and my bank accounts were down and my bank account, my mind was down and everything else was down, that's when I had to have faith in the universe to invest, and the money came back, right? That's when I was able to get the money. That's when I was able to reach out in that capacity and earn that and go to that next level. So it doesn't work the other way. So you're not going to be able to intellectualize September or figure it out. You're not going to be able to fly by the seat of your pants, as I was normally able to do for a very long time, and get it done as usual, as you usually do, with little effort while you're running around and doing all your other things frantic and overwhelmed. September's not going to work that way. You're going to need actionable steps and you're going to need to hold yourself accountable and responsible. Okay. So, all right. Let me come into the chat, see how you guys are doing. That was a lot already. I just want to say hi to people. Let's see. Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Good to see you. Rachel is one of our lovely, she just won Momentum's contest. That's our free membership where I do all of the manifesting work and extra content. And Rachel is one of our top engagers there. She's there and she's saying hi to everyone all the time. And she won our tea time last month. So you can actually win time with me in there just by engaging in our spiritual conversations. So in the description of this video, if you want a manifesting bundle, I offer a free manifesting bundle and you come into the community and you get the enhanced monthly energy forecast. Believe it or not, there's an enhanced version of this. And you also get to meet Rachel and you get to get involved in contests where I give away sessions. I have tea times where you get to meet me and talk about your goals. There's a lot of things I offer. So make sure if you're not in Momentum, if you're just in my Facebook group, you're not getting all the cool content that's coming out. So make sure that you come and be part of Momentum. That is in the description. It's right below. Maria, hello there. Good to see you live. Awesome. I'm glad you like the new format. It's good to connect with everybody live. I haven't connected with everybody live since the lounge, right? And that was over a period of years where I was streaming all the time. And then I started pre-recording these. And I'm like, that's no fun. I want to talk to people. I want to see what's kind of going on. So live and learn. How you doing? Corinne, I'm glad you've been decluttering. That's awesome. Exactly. I'm sure you said exactly about something. I'm just not sure what you said exactly with yet, but awesome. And Beth, good to see you here too. Awesome. All right. Let me get back to the forecast. So when I was writing this forecast, the quote came up on my phone, right? As I was writing this. It said, whatever is in the dark must come to light. And I cannot say it better. That is the case now until September 15th when things really take off. Hi, Ella. Good to see you. Ella is one of our lovely founding members also for our Send in Line program. And she just has stayed for another year. So she's doing so well. I love Ella. So if you're considering a new wellness routine, okay, finally committing to your self-care, breaking free of your past patterns and cycles in the area of relationships and well-being, and making the decision you deserve a more fulfilling and more abundant life, September is the month to do it. And I'll reiterate that here, that doing it alone in your own head and through your intellect will set you back. So if you're an intellectual person and you're thinking, I just need more knowledge, I just need to figure out why I'm acting this way or doing this thing, it's not going to work. So this is a time to hire trainers, coaches, therapists, mentors, or join a program of your own. This is the time to get the help that you need. You deserve it. And allow people to help you. Start to trust people to help you to Uplevel. That's where it's at this month. So the lesson here is that you need others and others need you. You can't exist in a vacuum and you deserve help. The reason why you're living in a very limited way is because you're running on fumes and in a limited mindset, plus a stuck nervous system. And that's what needs to really be healed. There is a self-worth and non-deserving of more wound that's underneath all this in the subconscious. So no book and no amount of knowledge will fix it. Releasing the subconscious blocks and then taking action will. But you can't take action against your protections because as soon as you're like, I want to go and be vulnerable in the world, I want to go and do these creative things or get deeper into a relationship or put myself out there, the protections of your nervous system, depending on your trauma and your past, are going to be like, nope, you're going to keep working. You're just going to keep working. You're just going to throwing yourself into caretaking and going and fixing people. And that's where we're going to stay. Right. So that's not going to lead you to the joy that you're looking for. So take this as your sign to right now start tying up those loose ends. Okay. Are there people you need to get back to? Are there things you need to wrap up? Do you have one more visit to a salon left in your package before it expires? Wrap up this old energy. Move that energy and take a fine-tooth comb to your statements. There are definitely things that you can delete before September. Yeah, definitely look at your bank statements because I believe if you're like, hey, I want to do these new things, I want to hire this babysitter to give me more time, I want to hire this trainer to get me better shape, I want to join this coaching program, I want to hire this mentor. Actually, look at your bank statements. You might have a bunch of subscriptions you can delete and you have that money, right? Or at least you have a little bit more of it to make the room for things you need to spend on your new personal development journey. Your life changes when you start to invest in yourself, not in external things. So while the gym is good, right? While going and buying a trip is good or getting a Reiki session, when you spend and you invest in yourself and your personal development journey, that means raising your own consciousness and actually up leveling your internal world, because that's where everything is in that you why you feel something's missing, why you feel the internal chaos is going on. That's really what you're looking to fix, because no amount of money, even though you think it's going to fix that, no amount of time, money, anything external is going to make you feel that way. It might for a little bit, but not for long. So leave all else alone, especially other people, and don't attempt to bring them with you. Okay. If you decide to step up in your life right now, you need to build that capacity and expansion first before you're going to bring other people in, because they're only going to bring you down. If somebody's not ready, they're just not ready. And that's going to cause you to backslide. So don't try to decide you're going to up level your life, but you need to take 15 other people with you that aren't ready to change. No, that's going to have you backslide. This month is about you. And I want you to take every opportunity to make it a good one. Okay. So there's a bunch of people live here. I want you to take the opportunity, since I don't go live much with the forecast. If something's resonating with you, if you have a question about raising your consciousness, if you're listening to what I'm saying, it's resonating, or you need some clarity, please feel free. Put it in the chat. Take advantage of the opportunity. I will answer your questions. All right. So we are going to go into the date highlights and cosmic happenings in September. So let me get to that in a second. I'm going to take a drink. Oh, Michael, good to see you. Michael Ruff is here. I always say Michael Ruff. Oh, I can't show this. There's Ella. Hi, Ella. But Michael, I can't seem to show him on the. I wonder why. Doesn't seem like I'm able to show Michael to say hi. But hi, Michael. I know that you're here. Hello, Ella, Beth, Live and Learn. We have a bunch of people here, so that's nice. If you have a question, put it in the chat, and I'd be happy to continue to answer them. Okay. Date highlights and cosmic happenings in September. So we're currently in a Mercury retrograde period. It just kind of ended, but there is a post shadow. So I still consider us being here. But this one is a little bit different from the rest, because usually Mercury favors old friends, past reconnections, and even old flames moving forward to say hi, right? Usually it's the old that gives us the feeling of nostalgia. And usually these connections can be very soothing, healing, or provide a positive feeling. So the rule of the retrograde is like, oh, let's just go back to that old restaurant. Or let's go back to see that old friend. And usually those connections, those experiences are usually really good. But however, this Mercury retrograde has been in the past 3 weeks a little different. Visiting old places doesn't carry the same rules. So things have really shifted in the consciousness. So you may find that you were hoping for the past to be as pristine as it once was, but old places certainly didn't get new faces. In fact, you may find that those expected good experiences due to the good old Mercury retrograde rules didn't really apply. So that old restaurant that you loved 15 years ago is now under new management. The food's not as good, right? The old gym that used to be run by the family has now been sold and bought by new owners who completely changed the vibe. The old store no longer honored their previous deals and coupons. Your favorite place as a kid, new rules, new prices, horrible service. So you're better off this retrograde doing something new you've heard about before but haven't tried. The rules are just not applying as they were in previous retrogrades, because a grand evolution is in process. So this is why also you must not cling to the past and you must not remain the same. It won't serve you moving forward. This is true elevation, and that's what we're experiencing, and one you don't want to miss. So everybody's asking, please, Marisa, tell me, when does the Mercury retrograde end? Okay, so Mercury will go direct, and already has gone direct, Wednesday, August 28th, though we won't totally be in the clear. Every planet's retrograde comes a retro shade. Isn't that funny? The period where the celestial body is still retracing the steps of its backward motion. So during the Mercury retro shade, lingering effects of the retrograde can cause continued confusion and delays. So much fun, right? The particular retrograde period will last, even though Mercury's gone direct on August 28th. It's going to still like phase out until the 12th, but not be as rocky, definitely, as the past couple weeks. So be sure to manage your expectations until we're officially in the clear. So if you're listening and saying, hey, I want more of this stuff. I want to hear more about this nervous system stuff and the somatic healing and this getting back to my self trust and getting my self worth intact and raising my self esteem and breaking those patterns and cycles. Join me where I'm posting every day in my free group. And also, you get a bundle of free courses as well and trainings. And you get to meet Rachel and Ella and all these wonderful people that are there and Michelle. And you get to compete in contests and win things. So isn't that fun? Right. So the description is in the actually the first line of the video. So make sure you join. And if you're having trouble navigating the tech, just reach out and say, hey, this is new. I'm not sure what to do here. We'll help you out. All right. Let's get into the key highlights and dates for September. Now, before I get into that, let me know if you need anything. Does everything from the September theme make sense to you and the energy is moving into September and what you need to do? I want to make sure everybody's clear. If you're not clear and you need clarity, definitely let me know. If you're coming here live in the middle of my live stream or broadcast, make sure that you go back and watch this from the beginning, because the benefits of the monthly energy forecast, you really need to have the theme intact in order to apply the dates. So make sure you watch it as a whole. So September 1st, these are the key date highlights for September. September 1st truly is the start to a new energy. Think of it as how you would feel on January 1st. Like I said above, it's the start of a new beginning, the next level, a new chapter, not a new book, but I said a new book, a new library. Now, September, the date range of September 2nd through September 5th holds a sort of marathon energy to it. So if you're a sprinter and you try to do things last minute or fly by the seat of your pants while trying to do 5 million other things, this energy won't benefit you as much unless you decided to listen to this and take advantage of it. And if you're having trouble getting centered and grounded and staying on those low dopamine tasks, set yourself a reward for getting it done that always keeps the goal in reach. So now, here's where things get a little tricky, because people are going to say, oh, Marisa, you said money's coming, right? This is not for every single person that's watching this. Like, this is not, I'm not predicting the lottery, the elections and all. I mean, you got like sometimes people say to me, like, I build my life based on this. No, you have to take this as a guide, like the weather forecast. Like the weather forecast comes out, you prepare, you say, oh, this is the best day to travel. This is not best day to travel. And you use it as a guide, but you have to learn to tune into your self-trust first. That's so important. Okay. Let me take a drink. I'm looking out at the beautiful mountains out there. So that was a disclaimer. So now, if you're sitting at home doing nothing and you're not taking action, you're not listening to things I'm saying, this is not really going to apply. Okay. But if you are taking advantage of the opportunity, you're listening to the guidance, you're applying it, you're going to up level anyway. So you're going to have an incredible opportunity this month to receive a big sum of money, right? Again, not for 100% of the people that are watching, but for the people that are doing the work, seemingly out of the sky this month. You have to have faith, though. You can't have the fear and limitation of like, I need money, right? This is just going to come when you're least expecting it. And it really is the result of your hard work. So this isn't something that's just going to come out of nowhere. You're just sitting down eating bonbons, but this is the result of your hard work, especially over the last 5 months. So it's like you've been planting seeds, the seeds will sprout, and this will come seemingly out of nowhere. So make sure to thank the universe when this happens. September 6th and September 7th are very low flow, low key dates. I wouldn't plan anything with too many elements on this day that are exciting or need to work together. Keep it a low key weekend with a small amount of friends in a private setting, and then you'll really be able to take advantage of the energy. September 8th and September 9th are high power career and planning dates. These are dates to put into motion your highest full power priority goals. Plan them out with a team if possible, because sometimes we can't see things that other people can. Going for a promotion, wanting a new career, wanting to be recognized so you can begin a new project. Now is the time to sit quietly without distraction with your team of mentors and plan that out on those 2 dates. September 10th and September 11th. Now is the time to focus on family, estate, trust, or dealings with the elderly. Okay. These dates favor that. So there is a lot on this day that maybe you thought was sorted out for people in your life, or they told you these things were sorted out, that you're finding as you look deeper into it is quite disorganized, even if they're playing it off like they have everything organized. So it's time to find out the true facts and start planning to get to the bottom of it and helping these elderly people in your life. So you may need some extra help with this from a trained professional, and this energy favors the elderly in our lives. September 12th and September 13th, you might feel an otherwise slowdown to where you're wondering where all the momentum went. And you're finding yourself with that limbo feeling again inside. On September 14th, you feel something is missing, but you don't truly know what it is. You seem to have a lot of what you're looking for, but wonder what it is you can't put your finger on. So I don't want you to get down on yourself during this 3-day period. Know that it's going to bring up loneliness and grief. And if you are used to distracting yourself from the feelings by getting out of yourself or numbing yourself out with rushing around, even through like drinking or drugs or whatever it is, if that's where you're at, it isn't the time to get glum on these days, because these are going to be a low point. Because the 15th, it's almost like you're right there. You're right at the opening. You're right at the springboard. The 15th is the springboard. And if you fall into the depression or low feelings that weekend, it will set you back almost a month if you numb out and go to those coping mechanisms. Okay. So September 16th, because of this low energy and coming off of this slow, glum weekend, if you're single and prone to depression, you may find yourself jumping into a new relationship or getting involved with the wrong person romantically just to soothe your spirit. And this is a caution. I'm cautioning you. I would urge you to exercise extreme caution during this period, and not just on this date, but 3 days before and 3 days after. So if you're watching this forecast and you know the person that this should go to, send it to them. If you're watching this, you always have that friend, right? Who has, maybe is dating and maybe they jump in too soon. Take this as a heated message that will send you back. If you're this person listening to this and this is you, take this as a heated message that this is going to send you into a stuck period lasting through mid-November if you don't push aside your instant gratification. Okay. So very important message for the month. September 17th, September 18th, September 19th, you're going to feel, after all the hard work, the beginning of September and the lull and the emotional low fluff, you're going to try to push yourself to have some fun because you're angry, right? You're like, oh my God, I went through all this emotional upheaval. And then there's all this momentum in the beginning of September. And you're like, I just want to go and have fun and blow off some steam, right? But there are some other energies during these 3 days that are blocking you on these dates. So it's a way that you're feeling that you're rebelling from feeling so much intensity. You just want for some relief for a minute. But it would be better to rest on these dates and not make them too intense. Too much passion, power, and the wrong settings could lead to too much fire energy, which could prove to not turn out well. It could prove to be like arguments and not so much fun stuff, conflict. So stay away from that. September 19th, if you can make it through the feeling periods scot-free and totally adhere to this insight, the 19th should be freeing and more of a turning point for you. So it's a day when you can realize a lot about yourself, what you want to keep with you, and what you're ready to let go of. This could be a huge opportunity for leveling up, not externally, but internally. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat. All right. We're coming into September 20th. Let me see what else is on here. Okay. You guys are sticking with me here. You're still here. That's good. September 20th. Make this a day all about you. Okay. This would be a great staycation day without anybody else around or a good spa day. You don't need the chatter of a lot of friends on this day. Whatever you need to hold in, what am I writing here? Whatever you need to hold it in, make it a day about your self care. That would be the best option. Okay. So some of you sit here and you write all this down. And I'm like, just come into momentum. It's all in the enhanced forecast for you to search up the day after this is over and be like, what did Marisa say for September 21st? You just type in September 21st and it comes up. So you could get your daily message because you're going to forget all this anyway. September 21st and September 22nd. This weekend has one of the most gentle and beautiful energies to it. It's a great weekend to make plans in a relationship, right? We all want love. And for romance, romantic trips, gestures, and overtures, even a favorable trip away can be beneficial here. September 23rd, well, I have to say it in September. September 23rd, September 24th, and September 25th. These 3 dates are finally in the clear with clear energies for your creative pathway, your career, and things you'd really like to get off the ground. So if you begin the planning or process of inquiry here, you have the best chance of success in landing that opportunity with huge wins next month. September 26th is a day to remember the past, old friends, old memories, and the stuff that just no longer resonates, right? You think about your long lost friend. You think about some old memories of places you've been, and we want to hold on to it. We want everything to be like it was in the past, but it's okay not to hold on to it too. It's time to let it go. And this is when you're going to let it go on that date. September 27th, bubbling emotions can arise to the surface during emotional and work conversations, even with bosses. So, best to stay out of work and out of emotional discussions today and just stay out with friends or read a book or watch a movie, maybe even a scary one. This could get your all that angry energy and channel it in a good way. September 28th and September 29th are good for your final physical space cleaning for the fall, organizing, planning, and clearing to make room for what October has to offer. And September 30th, the feeling of Halloween season is coming early and it's going to be a good one. So just tap into that energy on the 30th and you will be a happy camper. Oh, well, that was the new energy forecast. I might make some tweaks to this as I move along and decide how to break this up. But for now, it's going to be coming out on the first of the month. I don't know if I'm doing it live. I don't know if I'm pre-recording. I don't know if I'm just doing the theme and then I'm putting the dates somewhere else. I don't know. But any comments? Be fine. Any questions? I'm going to be signing off in just a few minutes, but I will go into the chat and see if anybody has anything to say before I sign off. It's good to see everybody here live. It just gives the monthly forecast a lot more energy when people are here instead of me just talking into a screen. So I just want to say thanks for coming, everybody, and I will see you next month on a little before, a little bit after. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great day.